Sne kunjani sis?
Ngiyaphila njani?
Siphilile. Thank you so much for welcoming us into your home. We know that you are quite busy, so we really appreciate you giving us the time. Okay, who's Sne? If you could just tell us a bit about yourself, where you live, where you're from, and what you do.
I'm Zinhle Mqoqi. I was born at Coalition Estate, and then we've changed places until my mom found this. Now we're currently staying at Shakashead since 2003. But my mom was originally from Eastern Cape, Lusikisiki, and my dad is from KwaZulu-Natal, Glendale. They were not married, so we belong to my mom's side. Yeah.
I hear that. And family, how many children do you have?
I've got 5 siblings, and I've got 3 kids, so it's 3 sons. But I'm raising my kids and my siblings.
Okay. That's fantastic. So then, tell us a little bit about your journey, how you became a Christian.
My mom didn't go to church at all, but then I would go with my neighbors to Zion when we grew up until I think 2014 when there was a church at the hall by Pastor Mpongose. So it was there for a week. That's when I started liking to go to Faith Mission, because I thought, no, this is the church I like, the way they sing, the way they tell the truth. So that was in 2014.
Okay, and your time there, how did you find it? What was it like?
Very nice. I would enjoy mostly the singing because I like to sing. And then the preaching as well, they will make you really understand the Bible. Because in the churches that I used to go, they will just read what's there and then you don't understand like what was happening, what is going on. You just know that there was Jesus, but then I find Faith Mission very good in explaining the Bible.
Okay, no, that's fantastic. Then what is it that started to trouble you about the church?
Oh, the 10th. Ogweshumi. Wow.
So the tithing.
Yes. The tithing. They would talk about it now and then. They will tell you if you want your things to go well, you need to pay the tithing. Even if you don't have it, they will go there and tell, see, now I've got a car because I'm doing this. So if you don't afford to, you feel like you will be a failure the rest of your life. And then every now and then you have to pay for something, every now and then. And if a lot of people are doing it and you're not doing it, you just feel like, oh, I'm just going there to waste my time.
Okay, so then there's that pressure from the group as well because everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
But then did you find that the things they were saying, the promises they were making in connection with the tithe and people's lives are really changing, in your opinion?
Oh, not really. Because then I remember once there was a revival and then they were just saying you must take out your most favorite thing, the thing that you like a lot, because it's the thing that's blocking your blessings. And I remember I had that jacket. It was the first jacket that I bought and it was so expensive, close to 700 rand. And then I thought, I took it out, I gave it to them, but I'm still the old Sne. Yeah.
Okay. So this is what they actually taught, because I'm trying to understand your thinking is that what you've just said, that your favorite thing is blocking your blessing, so you must give your favorite thing to them.
Yeah.
Then if you give it to the church, then your things will go smooth.
Yeah.
I take it you were not the only person that did that. Other people did that
even
too.
cell phones and the money. I remember there were different envelopes from 50 rand to 1,000 rand. So one lady only took the envelope for 1,000 rand. And I could only afford 50 rand, so I took that envelope. But then they would say, your blessings will go the way you've paid. Like if it's 1,000 rand, I mustn't expect to get a lot as she will get. So, yeah.
Okay, so and can you perhaps tell us which scriptures they used to enforce this teaching?
I won't remember really the exact, but yeah, they did open the Bible. And
Okay. No, that's interesting. Okay. Then what changed? Because you are going to this church, you like the singing, you like the preaching. What changed for you? What made you start maybe questioning?
A lot of things. Even like this year,
Yes.
I think I've only been to church 4 times.
Okay.
Only for Passover, and then, because even if I'm not doing anything on Sunday, like I'm home, I feel like, why must I go there? Because then when I come back, I'll feel like more worse.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think the way they do things, the way they push you to do things, like make you to fall out of love with church. I remember when they were going to extend the church, they were saying you must just come forward and say how much you're gonna give them, and then everybody was doing that last year.
Yes.
But then there's still no, the church is still small, they didn't do anything, and there was like no one saying, okay, we've raised so much money and we still need to raise more. It's always about money. It's always about paying for the pastor to be blessed. Okay, we've got a visitor, so now you need to pay for that visitor. It's always about money.
It's always about money. Oh. So what you're saying, you said something very interesting. So there was no one coming back to the church and saying, this is how much we've actually collected now, and this is how much we still need.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you end up not knowing where did that money go.
Okay. So.
Or even if it's still on savings, they're still planning. I don't know.
Okay. All right. So you come across as very intelligent. And I wonder, how does someone like you, who obviously is smart, then gets pulled into this stuff? Because I'm trying to understand.
Because then they use the word Jesus. They, like, everyone wants to die and go to heaven.
Yes.
So everyone wants to follow whatever that you need to follow in case for you to reach heaven.
Okay.
So that's what they use the most. That's what they use.
So they use people's fear of going to hell.
Yeah.
Okay. That, if I may share with you, sounds like, and there was a church that did that a long, long time ago. It was called the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they did. People had to pay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there are a lot of these similarities.
Now and then, if you want something, if you want car, you must pay and then ask God. Like, why must we pay? Because already Jesus died for us. If we want something, we can call him. Like, we can call his name and say, no, I'm troubled. Like, I'm always troubled. But now I prefer to go to my bedroom and pray than to go there, because then they will tell you, your problem is that you're not paying your tithers. You're not doing this, you're not doing that. So it's like you're not committed enough. So now I end up like questioning myself. Am I doing right? What is it that I'm not doing right? Why am I suffering while going to church? Or is it because I don't pay tithers? So let me rather stay home, because it doesn't make any difference. Even if I go there, I won't be able to pay. Then it's like I'm not going to church at all, because I'm not being blessed.
So if somebody says to you, but you pay tithes to show that you are grateful for your salvation, what do you say to them?
That's what I understand. That's what I think should happen.
Okay, so you're not against giving?
No, I'm not against it. And I wish, like, every day, I also like to do it.
Yes.
But then sometimes they will tell you that if at the end of the month you get 3,000 rand, you must take out 300 rand before you do anything else. But I would say, I've got a lot of kids. I need to first pay for their school fees, for their transport, for food, electricity and stuff. And then I'll see how much I've got left. Then I can pay. But then if I need to take out that 300 rand, it's too much for me.
Okay, what do you say to someone who says, I've been doing that and that's working for me? That before I do anything, I take that 10%?
Lucky for them. Yeah.
Okay. But in your experience, you found that a lot of people that are doing this, their condition remains the same, their life.
Yeah, and then the pastor always goes higher. Like we're still saying in RDP houses, no car, no nothing, and then the pastor got about 2 vehicles, flies to Joburg, do this, and then usually they will post having their breakfast out in restaurants while I still bake fed cooks for my kids to eat. But then I'll have to pay for him to be rich.
Okay, so pastors are living the high life while the people remain poor and while the people suffer.
Yeah.
It's sad.
It is.
It's sad. It's sad. So, someone who's in your similar situation, who loves God, who wants to go to church, who obviously wants to go to heaven, what do you say to that person? What advice would you give to that person who's also maybe struggling with the same sort of things? That I love Jesus, but this pain.
I've got a friend. We used to go to the same church, and we usually talk together, like about when we go to church, and then the pastor was preaching about this, and then we'll come back saying it felt like he was saying that to us.
Okay.
So then we end up saying to each other, no, now we're going to start visiting different churches rather than to stay home.
Okay.
But then what I said, I know I belong to that church, but then every now and then, every Sunday, I'll go to other churches where I will get like good teaching.
Okay.
Than to stay at home, because it's good to go to church.
Okay.
So I would say they mustn't give up.
Yeah.
They must just go to church. Maybe, but yeah.
Just for the record, you love your church.
I do.
You love the people there. You love the leadership. You don't have a problem. This is not personal. This is not a personal attack on them.
Yeah.
It's just a problem with the system.
They can change things.
Yes.
Yeah.
So basically what we are saying to people is, you know what, have a plan, work at it, work hard.
Yeah, don't just expect to sleep and wake up rich.
And then, you know, trust God in it, but you can't just speak things that...
Yeah, that will affect other people. And I also know that I do thank God, and I do like pay tithe, whatever. But in my way, I look after a lot of people in my community. I feed children. There's children who come after school for me to help them. And then I also ask for clothes in some of my friends in Palito and give to them. Like I know that it's not only about money, but at church they only make it about money. So I think if you know that you're doing the right, just continue doing that.
You know what you've just said reminds me of a scripture in the book of James. It said religion that pleases God is to keep yourself from being contaminated by the world and to look after widows and orphans. So to God, that's really important that we take care of other people. Yeah. How would you say this teaching, this tithing, confessing in things into reality, how would you say those teachings have affected people in Shakashead?
It does affect them a lot. Most people doesn't even go to church, because if you tell them about going to church, they will tell you, firstly about my church, they will tell you that people wear high heels, they wear nice clothes. So I don't have it, so I'll only go to church after I have that. And then they will tell you they always want money. I don't even have money for my food, so no. So it's affected them a lot.
So people are also put off by this glamour.
Yeah.
Okay. But if somebody then comes and says, you guys are just jealous, God is blessing us, what do you say to them?
Oh no, like if they're saying you're just jealous.
God is blessing us. Why? If I'm wearing my high heels and I look good, I'm driving my big car, why is it a problem? What do you say to them?
But then they need to stay the level of the community. I would say if I would have a church, I will keep it as like the level of the people that are staying there. I don't need to wear fancy things to go to church to praise God. He's not there to see what I'm wearing. So if I would have a church, it will just like you can come with whatever that you're wearing. So I think if people can keep that standard, a lot of people would go to church.